boys and girls. It is Miss P again. It is week 4 already. We are starting week 4 of our virtual learning plan. So here I am to introduce week 4 to you. Before we go ahead and talk about week 4 concepts, I want to just review a little bit from week 3. Week 3, last week, we talked about long O, and we learned that long O says O. And we talked a little bit about that magic E is very important because that magic E goes at the end of long vowel words, and it makes the vowel say its name. So I'm going to write a long O word, and I want you to read it. So remember, so we look for the E at the end, and when we see that O in the middle, we know that the E makes the O say O. So this word is home. Home. Very good. Let's go ahead with our next one. Oop, it's a little bit messy. So first when we look, we see that O in the middle, but we see that E at the end. So we know that this O is not going to say ah for short O. It's going to say O, long O. Ooh, obe, lobe, like your earlobe. Can you touch your earlobe? Our next word same concept. We see the E at the end, the O in the middle, and so we know that the O is going to say O. Own. We don't pronounce the E, it's silent. Cone. A cone is one of those 3D shapes that we learned, or like an ice cream cone. Same concept. Don't pronounce the E. O says O. Oak. Woke. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning. Last one. See if you can do this on your own. Ole. Mole. Sometimes people have moles on their body, or a mole could even be a animal, like a mole in the ground. Nice job. I very briefly want to just touch on math concepts from last week too. Last week we talked about place value, so the team numbers, and talking about 10 and some ones to talk about a team number. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to name a team number. So I'm just going to say 15. When we have 15, we can draw 15 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 4, 10, 5. 10, 5, or 15. Because we know our special math way of counting, we call that 10-5. So when we draw out 15 or 10-5, we have 10, and then we have 5 more. So if we were to make that into a number bond, we would have 10 and 5. Do you see how they're separate? Filling up that 10 frame first, and then seeing how many more we have left over. So we have 10 and 5. 10, 5. There were a couple videos that I shared with you last week to touch on that concept, so I hope you took a look at them. If you didn't, I encourage you to still take a look at them and practice that. But we'll go back. We still have a few weeks of this virtual learning, so we'll have time to go back and practice some of those concepts. All right, let's take a look now at week 4. So for week 4, our reading focus is going to be long U. So we're going to talk about long U and short U. There's lots of different ways that we can practice long U and short U. You may have guessed by now, because we've already learned, we learned long A, we learned long I, and we learned long O. All of these long vowels say their name. So you may have already guessed long U is going to say you. I want you to listen to these words. First, let's read the poem, because there's a little poem that goes along with long U. You should have it in a long U poem page. Might not have it with me right now, but you should have this poem in a long U poem page. Use my name, 2 sounds I use, short U in cub, long U in fuse. Say it with me if you can. Use my name, 2 sounds I use, short U in cub, long U in fuse. So listen to cub, k-ub. Short U says long U says you, use, fuse. Did you hear that U in there? I'm going to say some words. And I want you to go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you hear long U, a thumbs down if you do not hear long U, okay? Unit. I heard long U. Idle. Open. Unicorn. Usual. Plum. Utensil. Very good. Utah. Ethan. Uniform. Until. Nope. That's short U. We want long U. I have a long U story for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my laptop now, and we're going to take a look at our long U story on the computer.
Long U. Long U is amusing. She plays a ukulele and sings continually. You. Long U has a sense of humor. She juggles cucumbers and continues to sing. You. Long U has many regular shows. Her musical performances are most unusual. Help Long U sing her unique song. You.
So long U sings you. Sometimes in long U words, we just have the U in the word, and we have to really use our ears to hear that it's a long U. Sometimes in long U words, just like in long O and long I and long A, there's that silent E at the end, that tricky little E. And that E is there to make the O say, make the U say you. The E at the end makes the vowel say its name, makes it have that long U sound. So sometimes you will see a word that has a U in the middle, another letter, and then an E at the end. Just like we have practiced with long A, long I, and long O. Long U is just the same like that. All right, so I thought we could practice some long U words. Okay. J-un. If we add an E to the end, the U now says you instead of June. June. Ready? Hug. If we add an E, the U now makes the U sound. Huge. I have a huge teddy bear. So right now this is short U, tub, tub. If we add an E, it becomes long U now, tube, tube. Like a tube of toothpaste. Okay, here's our next one. Cub, cub. If we add an E, it becomes long U, cube, cube. A cube is one of our three-dimensional shapes. Last one, ul. If we add an E, that becomes a long U now. Mule, mule. Do you know what a mule is? A mule is like a donkey or a horse. Speaking of mules, decodable number 17 is your decodable for the week, and that is called Cute Little Mule. So this is your decodable number 17. Inside this story, there are two sight words that I want you to look for. Our first sight word to look for is do, D-O. Our next sight word to look for is little, L-I-T-T-L-E. Little is in the title, right there, L-I-T-T-L-E. So cute little mule. That is our story. I want you to practice reading this before we get together on Zoom this week, okay? And we will read this together on Zoom, but I want you to practice first. You can highlight the long U words. You can highlight all the sight words you see. Read this to your family. Read this with someone. Read it to someone. Lots of ideas. For reading, our reading focus of long U and short U, there are some worksheets in your worksheet packet. So in your big packet of worksheets that we made up for you, there is this long U, short U, circle and sort sheet that you could work on. There's also this long U, short U, cut and paste one. On the back of that one, there's a read and find. So if you're going to cut this one up, I suggest you do the read and find first. Or maybe just draw pictures or write words in the boxes instead of the cutting them and pasting them. But so those are your long U. Those are some long U worksheets that you can work on this week to practice long U. In your skills practice book 2, there is on page 46. This is the start. This would technically be Unit 9, Lesson 1. So this is the day 1 sheet. It's the number 6, practicing the 6. This next sheet on page 47 is a writing sheet, and this is to advertise something. I haven't gotten to our writing prompt for this week yet, but if you want to think of something you would like to advertise and fill in the blanks and draw pictures, you can definitely do this. There's some directions on the bottom, and I'm more than willing to help you out with that if you want more direction. So then there's some long U. There's the number 7, and then there's some more long U to finish up day 4. And then day 5. So if you want to do these sheets from page 46 over to page 52, those pages are there for you to use. You can definitely use those for practicing long U. I will share out some other videos and such this week, though, to help you out with long U. Sometimes long U can be tricky because that long U sound is a little bit difficult, but practice, practice, practice. You can look for long U words while you're reading. Make a word sort. I know a lot of friends have been sorting some words and making like a short U column and a long U column. That's a great idea. This week for writing, you are going to come up with a poster for a lemonade stand that you might have in the summer. Have you ever been to a lemonade sale before, or a lemonade stand? In the summertime, sometimes people will make lemonade and then sell it outside of their house, and that's a lemonade sale. So for this lemonade sale, you want to try and convince people to come to your lemonade stand. I don't know if you've ever had a lemonade stand before, but you definitely want to convince people. You want to persuade people to come to your lemonade stand. So sometimes people will make posters and hang them up outside of their house, and they'll put a big sign out to tell people that they are selling lemonade. So for your lemonade sale, this is kind of my idea sheet. Okay, you want to come up with some describing words to describe your lemonade. How are you going to want, if you were thinking about lemonade, how would you describe it? Would you say that the lemonade was yucky? No, that's not going to convince anybody to drink your lemonade, right? Would you say your lemonade was warm? Probably not. Maybe freshly squeezed lemonade? Cold lemonade, sweet or sour. Maybe you're somebody who likes sour lemonade, or maybe you like sweet lemonade. Delicious lemonade, yummy lemonade. Lots of different describing words to describe how you would think about your lemonade, how you would view your lemonade. Maybe you want to write the color of your lemonade. What color would that be? Yellow. That's a describing word too. So I want you to brainstorm some describing words. You can use some of my words too if you want, of how you would describe lemonade to someone. You're going to want to think about, what do you want to sell your lemonade for? Do you want to sell it for 50 cents? Maybe just a quarter, 25 cents? How expensive do you want your lemonade to be? You might even want to think about when you want your lemonade stand to be. Maybe you want to say on your poster that this lemonade sale is happening on Friday, or tell the hours that you want your lemonade sale to be. And then after you do some brainstorming, so this was my little brainstorming sheet with describing words, the price, when, pick a day of the week, pick a time. Then you want to make your actual poster. So you are going to want to make yours lots of color, lots of exciting things, right? So I wrote lemonade sale. Come get some yummy lemonade. Perfect for a hot day. Only 50 cents. I drew a picture of the lemonade on a table. Do you see the ice cubes in my lemonade and the straws? That's a lot of detail I added, right? I could have even added more detail though. What else could I have put in that picture? I could have included me or whoever's selling it. I could have drawn a lot of things in the background, right? Put some people coming to buy it. Put a little sign out here that says lemonade. And then I wrote some of my describing things around my picture. Freshly squeezed, ice cold. It is very sweet. You want to convince somebody to stop at your lemonade sale and get some lemonade. So you want to make sure that you are using words that would convince somebody to stop and get some lemonade. You also want to make sure you have a picture on your poster, right? Posters are usually full of pictures and they're colorful and they make people want to get whatever they're trying to sell, right? So I want you to go ahead and make a poster this week. It's a little bit different kind of writing, but there's still a lot of writing on it. Do you see how I wrote a couple sentences? And then I drew my picture and I added some more words and sentences around the picture. So that's what a poster can be. I'm very excited to see those posters. I want you this week to send me a picture of your poster, okay? I know a lot of you already do, but send me a picture of your poster this week. I want to see what it looks like after you make it. Last but not least, we're going to talk about math really quick. Our focus for math this week is to count to 100. Now, a lot of you already know how to count to 100, and I know that. We've practiced our count to 100 with our Jack Hartman videos, our count to 100 everyday songs. I'm going to share those out again so that you can practice those at home if you haven't been listening to them already. There's a lot of different ways, though, to count to 100. We know that. We can listen to our videos and practice that way. In our math Module 5 and 6 workbook, pages 49 all the way to 66 have a lot of different pages of counting to 100. Counting to 100 by ones, counting to 100 by tens, counting up and down by ones. There's a lot of pages in here. Pick and choose just one or two of these pages from your math book if you would like to do those workbook pages. Don't do all of them. Just pick a couple. There's the skip counting by tens paper if you haven't done that yet. You can do that from your work packet of worksheets. You can do some activities around the house where finding items, finding toys, and making handfuls, making piles of 10 to count out to 100. You can practice doing 100 jumps, 100 claps, 100 foot stomps, 100 toe touches, stand up and sit down 100 times. You can do any sort of exercise that you can think of 100 times. See how many times you can do it. See how many of each one you can do. You can count to 100 by tens. You can use a 100s chart. So a paper with 100 on it, cover up a number on the 100s chart, and then guess what number it is. See what number it is. Something else that I want to show you. Do you remember our Rec and Rec? I know. Okay. Very exciting. I know we love our Rec and Rec. We can use our Rec and Rec to count to 100, right? And we've done this a lot at school. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That whole row is 10. So when we put the whole row over, we can say 10, right? 5 are red, 5 are white. We have 10 at the top. When we count on from 10, let's count our say 10 way. 10 1, 10 2, 10 3, 10 4, 10 5, 10 6, 10 7, 10 8, 10 9, 10 10. Another name for 10 is 20. When we count past 20, we can say 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We have 3 rows of 10 over for 30 now. Let's go on. Count with me. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 10. 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 10 now. We are halfway there. That's a lot of counting, isn't it? Okay. Are you ready to keep going? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Now we have 6 rows of 10 for 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. And you may have guessed it. How many rows of 10 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of 10. We call that 70. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. 80 is 8 rows of 10 now. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows of 10. We've counted all the way to 90 already, and we only have how many more left? We have 10 more left. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100! Woohoo! That is 10 times. Wow, friends, that was a lot of counting. I hope you counted all of that with me, and if you didn't, you better rewind this video and do it with me. You can also count by tens, so if I slide this whole row over, we know that's 10. The whole next row, 10 more is 10, 10, or 20. Then we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Wow. Lots and lots and lots of counting, friends. So again, there's lots of ways. That's all we're going to do with our Reck and Rec. But there's lots of ways that we can count to 100, and we can do that. So I want you to get creative this week. Find some ways to practice counting to 100. All right, my friends, I think that about wraps everything up for this week. I hope you have a great week ahead of you. And if you need anything at all, any help at all, please reach out to me. Do not forget to keep doing your Lexion, your Reflex, and your other computer programs, okay? If you're having trouble with Reflex, that's okay. Give Zearn a try. Or try some Lexi or some Imagine. There's other programs out there. There's also those Boom learning cards. If you don't remember how to log into something, let me know and I can get you your login. The Boom cards have a lot of math and reading concepts, so those are super helpful too. All right, my friends, I will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.